Hi. So it's been a while since I did a video on here, but I felt like doing another one because I don't know. I have a bracelet for my sister to fix. So if you can see, I was like borderline finished, just this close to finishing this bracelet. And then like the jump ring that I was using, it just kind of wouldn't connect together, so I had to replace this. And now I just need to fix all of these threads and redo some of the beading. So yeah, that's what I'm up to today. As you can see, it's got like 2 sections that need fixing. Oh, I have a viewer. I have no idea if I have a viewer. I don't know how the numbers work, so like when a one pops up, I'm just like, is it me or is it someone else? But also like, if it's us, it should really be like 6 people. So. uh, we're really new at the YouTube thing. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is I just kind of want to rant while fixing that bracelet, really. So the thing I wanted to rant about is just like, basically just discussing how like all of the messiness with just like being a survivor of like sexual assault and stuff, and like, yeah, as you can imagine, it's not the easiest thing to rant about. Okay, got a new thread to fix this because I cannot find the little bit of thread that I kind of left over so I could fix it. But yeah, basically what I wanted to ramble about is just, so basically the sort of specific experience that we have when it comes to sexual assault is having been in a relationship where we were still really not dealing well with a lot of past trauma. And as a result, I know we were just much easier to manipulate. And now we look back on it and realize that that was just one long abusive relationship. And it's weird, you know? You don't really hear a lot about it because most of the time it's like the sort of sexual assault stories where it's like, oh, once someone tells you, you're like, oh, I realized that was sexual assault. Instead of like, you're in a relationship where you kept going back to the guy and he was still doing it. So, yeah. This is like the last piece of trauma that we really started processing because originally we kind of just lumped that together under relationships that were a bad idea because we were still dealing with a lot of trauma. But we also pinned a lot of the problems that we were dealing with because he was blatantly abusing us as our own mental health issues. So it was a bit weird. Just, I'm looking forward to fixing this bracelet. It's such a pain when the threads snap because it's really easy for that to happen. But once it does and the beads fall off, it's just such a mess to deal with. Oh, another bead came off. So if you can see, we're just like adding threads onto that and fixing it. Once we're done with like tying off everything, what we basically do is we use a needle to thread the ends of the knot just through some beads and then cut it off right after some beads so that it doesn't slip out and it also doesn't show from the outside. But yeah, I felt like this was a good ramble to do because I don't think many people talk about that kind of experience, but also in our case, it's a bit complicated by like being plural, being trans, all of that. So like on the trans side of it, it's obviously just that. Yeah, on the trans side of it, it's obviously just because of the fact that this all happened before we came out, and this all happened like when we didn't really think of ourselves as a particular gender, but we were still really struggling with dysphoria. And it's quite weird to look back on because none of us are really comfortable with like identifying the gender of us during a lot of periods of trauma and stuff. So if anyone tries to be like, oh, you're always like non-binary or something, we're kind of like, eh. But also if they're like, oh, you're actually female, we're also kind of uncomfortable with that too. So but it's weird. It's weird because we didn't think of ourselves as trans, but we just also obviously had a lot of dysphoria around. But now the after effects basically mean that we have the dysphoria on top of the trauma feels from that experience and that relationship. It's a weird experience to go through, to be honest. I'm going to try and figure out where this actually comes out. It's actually really hard to track down where this thread is originally from. Oh yeah, it's that one. Is it that one? Beading is hell. Don't get into it. Nightmare, I swear. Oh, this is the reason why it's confusing. It's because there is some tied off thread here as well. So you see, there's already like a tied off bit there. That makes it extra hard to spot what's going on with the threads. So I'm not sure if this will be like up anyone's street, this sort of live stream, because we're not really sure if we're like focusing on the bracelet or if we're. I think we're focusing on the bracelet at the moment because it's absolute hell to fix this sort of stuff. Okay, so this went through. Oh, just so you know, the bracelet is a design we made up that's kind of trans flag colors, peyote stitch, also kind of has a pink line in the middle. I think it looks cool. We do not have the best camera. There you go. Yeah, I think for this, blue. I do love the trans flag colours. Just saying it. Controversial opinion, I know. The whole like, oh, they're stereotyping, but also they are really good colours, so I don't care. The main issue with the flag is just, I don't know. There are issues, just not the ones that people think. Okay, we're just going to get all of the beads on here so that we can just start thinking about live stream and stuff again. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about that stuff. When it comes to plurality and stuff like that, it's also really confusing because we're still figuring out who's who and like how many people are in our system. Like we have our own issues with like pluralness, mostly in the sense that we don't fit into any of the more typical like diagnoses and stuff, but also kind of just identifies plural, whatever. And then also, we don't really know always entirely who's fronting, and then it takes a while to figure it out. And sometimes there's this just kind of weird feeling that we're merging together, but also like not. I don't know how to describe it. But basically, the reason why I want to bring this up as well is because with all of the stuff that we deal with like attachment soul stuff, is really weird being plural as well because sometimes like your behavior around like being triggered and stuff can be really different, but sometimes it can also just be like a different headmate. And I don't really know how to spot the difference between those a lot of the time. But mostly the difference is just we know it's a different headmate if they're just like they just like know that they aren't the rest of us, which is weird. I know. Slowly figuring out the speeding. Slowly because we finished it and then broke it. It'll be much easier to finish it before it was finished and then broken. So yeah, I'm just adding threads onto this now. Sure you can see. I'm not sure you can see. Um, oh, we did get the sequence of beads slightly wrong here. Just missing one pink bead. It's always a bead. It's always one that falls off, falls on the floor, rolls away, and I'll never see it again until I do, or it gets vacuumed. Um, so yeah, I just kind of wanted to share my experience on that because there's just a lot of complex feelings that can happen around like being a survivor of sexual assault, being like in a relationship where you still were figuring out gender stuff and being plural and still haven't had. Looking back at times where you hadn't figured that out. Just all very complicated feelings, really. Okay. Now on to the next thread. We're basically going to keep live streaming until we've fixed this bracelet because it's driving us nuts. I want to make the thing for my sister and I want it over with. That's it. This YouTube channel is really more of a vent outlet for us at the moment. Because, to be quite honest, I don't have the editing skills yet to make a lot of the videos that I'd like to. There's a lot of stuff I've been planning, but all I've been able to do is write down ideas. My mental health is trash, in case you didn't know. So, I'm sure, considering my viewers, nah, I'm not going to make speculation about who watches. But yeah, I'm sure you have your own shit. And I'm sure there'll be someone out there who enjoys what we have to say. So I felt like making this. Also just gonna say now I'm kind of dipping into my feelings about gender stuff. Because plurality makes it really complicated. One of the things for us is just that one of the system members, Sigrid, does kind of identify as a little bit of a woman-aligned, non-binary person. And the rest of us are planning to medically transition as soon as the NHS stops blowing us off. By blowing us off, I mean just leaving the entire trans population of the UK in limbo. But, lots of people know about that, at least. But yeah, for now, it's we don't want to present as female, but we all are kind of feminine, so it's a bit weird. Especially because one of the big feelings that makes it confusing for us is that sometimes one member of the system wants to wear something, another member isn't quite sure. I'm kind of feeling dysphoric wearing this dress. And I am probably going to change out of it at some point. At the beginning, I was just like, this is the only dress I feel comfortable in. But the thing is, there are no dresses that do not make you feel like if you have boobs, they are bigger and more obvious and more noticeable, and you just get all the dysphoria. This is the worst time we could have broken our bracelet, I swear. It's just the worst. What we really need to do is chop off some of the thread ends that are getting in the way a little bit. Because they make it really unclear what part of everything it's like a broken thread and what part of it is a tied off thread that we are about to fix. So there's that one done. Now for this one, this video is also going to be what you watching us have steadily worse posture. Um, yeah, this is the one we want to deal with next. We need to figure out where it's like a thread ends that we haven't dealt with yet. This one. This is the one. Possibly just the best idea would be for yeah, I know what we should do. You just would not believe how incredibly annoying it is to fix this sort of thing. Actually, I don't know about you. I don't know what other people drive themselves insane trying to fix because they just can't stand to have something they spent like hours making break and just be irredeemably broken. I feel like I've lost the chillness that I originally went into making a YouTube channel with. Just getting more nerves. I don't know, maybe there's just more on my mind. But it is tricky. I just want to be able to get stuff that I'm thinking about out on a live stream that other people can watch and enjoy. But to a certain extent, it's just a kind of feeling of like pressure to not have a chill live stream. It's a weird thing. probably how we want to do it. Mm. Okay. Mm. Trying to figure out what joins up with what, really. Sometimes you just have to accept less than perfection because it's just not achievable, really. That's how we do it. Or is it? Yeah, I think that's how we do it. This is such a confused mess. Just shouldn't have used a jump ring that I didn't know for sure I could like close up again. This is really the only reason why I did another live stream. I'm really struggling with that because it's just a nerve, just nerves trying to like figure out what to talk about, and like I don't stay on topic easily, so it makes it hard to want to plan these things. But yeah, being plural with like trans people of like so many different genders, it's really a weird experience, to be honest. It's not one that gets talked about much. I did not know there were that many broken threads of this thing. Oh my gosh. This is just like a train wreck of a bracelet. It seems like I've fixed one thing and then another thing's broken for me. It'll be fine though, because like at some point the ends have to meet up, so that is the part of this that gives you a lot of relief. Ah, found it. That is such a relief. Do not lose this. Do not lose this. Definitely think it's reasonable to call this a sort of hydra in beading form. You fix one problem, another pops up. Very convenient how I've stopped at just the point of this thread where it was actually tied on before as well. Don't really know how I managed to achieve such a minor miracle. But yeah, first thread sorted. Now several more to go. Why? How it's supposed to look, how it actually looks. I do not know why I had to do this to myself. So let's start off with one of the threads that was already tied off. Now, this one. I feel like with a pandemic going on, everyone must cringe when I just wet the thread. But you know, what can you do? Sometimes the unhygienic way is the most convenient thing to do, and there's no reason not to do it. So this is the one that goes through the pink. Fucked up again. Oh joy. At least there are no knots in that bit of thread. This will be an easier end to fix, to be honest. So we're going to start off at that point. I know you have no idea what I'm picking and choosing. I just found a row of beads that will be a bit easier to connect again, that's all. I don't make life easy for myself with my interests. But yeah, basically, I don't really have a lot to talk about, despite the topic that I announced this live stream to be about, because of the fact that basically I'm finally getting somewhere with like NHS therapy, and it's taken long enough, but uh, yeah, as a result, I was like talking through things a little bit with the person who's making the referral for psychotherapy. So when that goes through, it will be a real help. We're on our way to fixing this damn thing. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the threads here. Oh yeah, I'm connecting it to the wrong bit. I guess the difference with this stream is that I'm kind of doing it to make things more chilled out than they would be otherwise. Like, I am not chill about breaking this because it's a pain in the ass. But it's nice to just like talk about stuff while doing it. Also, don't want to give anyone any illusions about how good a beader I am, though. Getting somewhere again, my friends. So yeah, I think there are two areas that I need to like reconnect on this. I might want to do this. Yeah, to be honest, I think I'm going to have to say goodbye quite soon because basically this is something I might have underestimated how much time it would take to fix. And also, it's getting to dinner, and I have a tendency to self neglect. So, like, I'm really good at just like not eating when I really should. So, I really hope this was like useful and just like a chill live stream because that's what I'm going for. It's a little bit more together. It's still really bad and it's still driving me insane. So for now, I'm just gonna say bye. I don't think I can call it a part 2 if I do another live stream while fixing that. I'll just name it something like Impromptu bead with us as we finish fixing the I don't know. Anyway, bye.